Hey guys, happy, what is it today? Wednesday. I was doing this project. I don't know if you guys have seen in my stories, but I've started decorating for fall and I've been sharing some tips and stuff on there. But I was doing this project and I thought I would show you how I do these projects. So I thought I'd come on here. It's quick and easy, but thought I'd come on here and show anyway. I got these three, don't look at the white paint, 3 wood carved pumpkins. I said thrift store in the description, and I think I picked them up for free at a yard sale or something. I can't remember where I got them, but they were in the fall buckets when I picked them out. And so they all looked like this, bright orange. They are real wood, like somebody actually did carve them. And these are just branches. I loved the shape. I love that they were real wood, but this is not going to match what I put in our house usually around fall. So I thought that it would be an easy project. And so this is what one of them looks like now. And I just painted it with, I left the link up above, Dixie Belle paint in drop cloth. It's one of my favorite colors that they have. And then I just put some greenery up above here that I will show you how I get that. And then there was a grouping of 3. This is the third one. And I just distressed this one. I did the same paint, but I just distressed it a little bit with wax. That's all I did. And then added this up at the top. And so for free, well, I mean, some of this other stuff you may not have on hand and you may have to find. But so basically all I do is use your favorite brush of all time, your Palm Pro. I left a link for this brush. I use it all the time on everything, on trim, on walls, on projects like this. Hi, Alicia. Okay, it's working. Okay, so all I do literally is I've already put a coat of it on here. So I thought, just so I could show you guys how I do it, I'm just going to cover this really, really, really well with paint. I want it, can you guys see that? Okay. I'm running out of this color. I'm going to have to get more of it. Drop cloth is just a creamy color. It's so perfect for so many things. I'm trying to do this, making sure you guys can see it. And okay, so basically this took 2 coats. And so I want it to be fully covered, 2 coats. And then for the wax, so I think I'm going to leave this one not wax. Well, I can show on this one. I'm not going to wax this one because I want it to look like this one. And I don't think I'm going to. We are in Iowa, Mary. And this morning it was 55 degrees. I think it's my favorite time of year. Fall is my favorite time of year. It's sweatshirt weather is me. It's my favorite. Okay, so let me just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, but I'm just going to paint the orange. I love doing projects like this, and I need to do more live videos and show you it in, like while I'm doing these. Shopping thrift stores and yard sales, if you guys have been here for a while, is the way that I have, I'm using the camera to do this, decorated our home since we bought our first home. When Matt and I got married, the second day after our wedding, well, the day after our wedding, we moved into our first house together. And I was so excited because I wanted to decorate it like I'd seen it on TV, in the magazines. I could not wait to have my own house to do whatever I wanted to. I had always decorated my bedroom when growing up. And so having an entire house to decorate was exciting. After we got the house and I started shopping for furniture and decorations and all that kind of stuff, there was no way our budget back then, it is, Susan, I'm trying to, there is no way our budget back then was going to allow for me to decorate like I wanted to. I mean, there was just no way. So I had to figure out, I got frustrated. I had to figure out a way. Oh my gosh, 100 degrees? No, no. I am so sorry, Mary. Heat and humidity, we are not friends. We are just not good friends. I am so sorry it's still like that and going to be like that for a while. Actually, usually in August and September here in Iowa, or the beginning of September, I should say, it's usually not this cool already. So we've kind of lucked out. Fingers crossed it stays this way. So anyway, I was super frustrated because I wanted my house to look just like I had seen. And I knew we couldn't afford it. So I had to get creative and figure out how I could get the same look without spending the money to get it. So that's how my creative days and all this started pretty much, because once we moved into our second house, our house now, family and friends were like, you need to get these ideas out there. What? I didn't know what a blog was and all that. But anyway, I didn't know I was going to go down this road. But it's so much fun. And I still, to this day, love to decorate this way. I still go to I go to stores and stuff, but this is, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. California and Texas, I want to visit both someday, but not in the summer. Not in the summer, I don't think. So anyway, by shopping thrift stores and yard sales and all that, you can find great deals, find things that you can customize and make exactly like you want. And you guys loved the live at the thrift store. I'm going to be doing more of those coming up. So the kids are now back in school, and my days are a little more free now, so I will be doing more of those, taking you guys along with me and seeing what I find and how I shop them and all that. Okay, so after you get 2 coats on, I'm going to show you, I'm going to leave this one just white, and I'll have to put a second coat on that orange part here once it dries. Ooh. I don't have paint clothes on, so I'm a messy painter. So, Susan, a lot of people tell me that, and does that mean you have thrift stores, but a lot of people will say, even like when I share my Target runs and stuff with you guys, that you'll say that your Target's not the same. So do you just you feel like you don't have like good stuff in your thrift stores, or you don't have many thrift stores? I'm interested to know. I just thought everybody had thrift stores, and the more you go, obviously the more you'll have a chance of charity shops. Okay, we have some of those too, and those are really hit and miss. Okay, those are really hit and miss. It's just like yard sales. I really have not been to many yard sales this summer. There just have not been a ton, and just like with the thrift stores, it's okay. In the UK, it's not like okay. I didn't know. Okay, just like thrift stores here and yard sales here, you have to go. When I say all the time, it's not like I'm there every day. Obviously, I don't have time for that. But if you're out and about and can stop in your thrift stores, that's usually when I find very rare yard sales. Okay. All right. That's hard. I don't know if I could. That would be hard for me. Usually when I'm stopping at thrift stores and or yard sales and I find stuff, it's when I haven't planned to go out and shop at them. It's when we have those too, Judy. Oh, we have a couple of those. I don't understand it, and don't get me started, because I could go on. I don't understand. I mean, isn't your goal to move things? I don't understand why they're so high sometimes. It's just frustrating. So I just wanted to show you, I got this bunch of, it didn't look like this, of floral stems at Michael's last year. And it was a thick bunch of this. And they were on sale. Michael's, it seems like everything's on sale, right? At some point. And if not, you can just use that coupon. So I got this and I took it all apart. And that's how I save money on stuff like this, because this stuff can get pricey, especially if you have a big project. So I just take them apart and then use the stems. And then also, when I use the stems, I used this on a project last year, and I'm not going to be able to remember what it was, but I didn't hot glue it or tear it all apart to the point where I couldn't reuse them. So like on this, the top of this, I just wrapped these stems around. I just wrapped these around and around and around, and I left them the size they were. So then after the season, I can take them off and reuse them just in case. You can always hot glue them too. I just like to be able to reuse them because my mind changes all the time and I'm always changing things up. So this way I can reuse these stems once I'm done. Okay, I'm checking these. Oh, 58, perfect. Oh, that's not, high 70s is perfect. I know. Ugh, I know, the prices are just getting crazy because it is getting popular. But it's a thrift store, so they should be thrifty prices. Okay, so I wanted to share how I do wax, and this is Dixie Belle wax, and I left the link for this up above. This is the black wax. I have used all kinds of waxes, and before I used waxes to save money, I would use watered down, like black paint. I would water it down so then I could easily maneuver it around. Or I would use stain because that was cheaper. Oh, cute. Judy, you have a shot. Cute. I would use stain too because it was cheaper. So I could kind of get the same look without having to buy, because sometimes waxes get expensive. And a lot of waxes that I've used in the past are hard to use. Like it's a workout. So I like this Dixie Belle wax because it's softer, if that makes sense. It's more like paint, kind of. It's not, but it's just easier to use. So how I usually use this is I will put it on a brush if I'm doing a big area. But my favorite way to use wax is just with a cloth, because I feel like, oh, and I didn't grab any water. I was going to grab water to show you how I do this. But, so basically, I've got some on this brush I don't want to waste, so I'm going to, oh no, I took that off. Yeah, this wax is just so much better to use. Am I fuzzy? I'm sorry. Is it? I don't look fuzzy on my end. Sometimes Wi-Fi and me are. Anyway, so I've already kind of done this pumpkin, but how I use wax is I just literally, I will rub it on here. Okay, you guys. I want to see your comments, so it's hard for me to. Okay, it's good now. Okay, so basically I don't want a ton. So you can always get it off though. So if you get too much. So I basically just rub it on with a cloth. And then I move around to a clean spot on my cloth. And then just push a little bit harder. It'll take it off, but just still leave some on the surface area. You guys see that? And I didn't get water, but I will use water, or I have a spray bottle too over there, but I won't grab it right now. Sometimes if I feel like I got too much in an area, I will use water and just take it off a little bit, just in areas. You don't want to take it all off. You want it to kind of look naturally worn or weathered. But that's how easy. I get a lot of questions when I use wax. I don't use it a lot on like furniture and stuff, but when I do, this is how, just a normal cloth, this is how I like to use it. The brush is good, but sometimes I feel like I don't have enough control over it sometimes. Wax on, wax off. Pretty much. You wax it on and then you wax it right off. Yes, that is pretty much how it is. And then that's how you get the worn look. So that is just just a 5-minute project I just want to share with you guys. The longest thing that this kind of project takes is waiting for paint to dry, which is what I'll be doing here now with this one. But if you do have thrift stores or yard sales, it's a great way to decorate your home on the cheap and still get the exact look that you want without, because I've seen pumpkins like this at, like TJ Maxx and like Kirkland's, those type of stores, and they're like $40 for one pumpkin. I'm not gonna spend that, but I love the look of them, and I want to make one that'll look just like I want. And I was gonna say too, if you can't find wood pumpkins, like this was a find. Like they have those. Thank you, Rhonda. They have those paper mache pumpkins that you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I'm sure, and they might even have wood pumpkins. I don't know. I haven't been in there to check the fall stuff, but you can get any kind of pumpkin shape in a craft store and do the same exact thing and get the same exact look. But I thought these were kind of cool. And if Matt was here, I'd ask him. I think I got them at a yard sale for free. I don't know. And somebody carved these things. These are homemade.